everyone, so today I thought I'd do a supplies organisation video, seeing as I haven't done one for such a long time now and haven't really shown where I keep my supplies or how I keep my supplies. So I actually don't have all that much to show because most of the things are in the shed now, apart from my big bulk of shavings, and the gerbil bedding stays in the garage because it's easier to come and clean it into the garage rather than go around the shed. So I've got all these here and things up here too, and I just keep them in the garage so they're out of the way. And I used to keep them in the shed, but then I did move them before I found Ellie, but her cage does take up a bit of space, so I wouldn't have been able to keep them where I used to keep them, which was under the table where Ellie's cage is. Okay, so I'll start off with the things that I have got hung up or on a little shelf. So this is actually a part of the iMac Fantasy cage. I do have one of those cages. I have never used it. I actually found it about a year ago now, and I know they're really hard to get hold of and can be really expensive new, so I just grabbed it while I saw it really, and haven't used it. I was thinking of converting it into a kind of gerbil play area, but never got round to it, so I actually use it as a shelf now. But yeah, I don't know what I'm ever going to use the actual cage for. The actual cage is up in the loft space up here. But in this little bit I just keep some paper rolls to wipe the cages, and above it I've got a pet carrier that I actually want to donate or sell if I can, because I've only ever used it once. So, and I've actually got a new guinea pig carrier now, so I don't really need this one, and it's a bit too flimsy for a guinea pig anyway, so I need to get rid of that when I can. Then hanging up here I've just got some, this is just a little Ugg boot. I don't know how this has got here, but it can stay there. So I've got two of the Keep It Clean disinfectant, pet disinfectant from Supreme, and I just keep the spare ones here. Obviously I keep the one I use in the shed because I don't need to move the cages about to clean them. I just clean them in the shed now because they're attached, whereas I could pull the trays out of the old hutches. But I just keep spare ones here. It's always handy to have spare disinfectants because there's been so many times when I've run out and panicked because I haven't got any. I know you can use a kind of vinegar water solution, but I just prefer pet disinfectant personally. And then next to those I've got this kind of shovel thing that I use to get out all the bedding when I'm cleaning them out. And then just down here I've got this bucket, and this is really useful for carrying bedding and carrying bags of dirty bedding. I've got a cardboard tube in there. Whenever my dad gets kind of cardboard things, he just piles them on here for me. So I've got one box and one tube left, and I just use them for the guinea pigs or the gerbils. So just here I've got my boxes of bedding. I've got my box of shavings. I've got my other shavings there. So I bought a big bag. I've already used the shavings on 2 cage cleans, and I've got the whole of the half of the bag left, as well as all of this I tried to fill up in here. So then I have the safe bed pet bedding that I use as gerbil bedding, and the Fitch that I also use as gerbil bedding. This is a bag of sand. I use sand for Ellie's bedding, and someone actually gave us this sand, so don't know if I'm going to use it yet or not, because I get special pet safe sand, so I'm not sure about this, but I'm going to have to look into it. But someone gave us that, so it's just in front of all the bedding and stuff. And then just here I've got a couple of tools, I guess. This is my dad's old drill, so he just left it in the garage, said I could use it whenever, so we've put it here because I use it a lot for altering the shed. And then this box has just got loads of screws and things and hooks and things in it that I use all the time. So I guess this kind of counts as a supply, but in the garage we do have an old fridge that we use to keep cans of drinks and stuff for the summer, and I use it also for veggies and fruits for the guinea pigs, so I just keep them all on top of there. It just helps to keep them fresh a little bit longer and easier to store too, so I guess that kind of counts. And this is just at the other end of the garage. That's pretty much it. That's I used to have a lot more in the garage, but I don't need an awful lot anymore, and some things I keep in the shed. But that's pretty much it for my supplies organisation. So this is just all my bedding and things I keep as spares, paper towels, disinfectant, and of course the veggie fridge and things like that. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing my little organisation and where I keep them, and I hope you enjoyed the video too. Thanks for watching. Bye everyone.